The glass slipped from Noah Silva's trembling hands and shattered on the tiled floor, water splashing across the stack of papers laid out on the reception desk. "Are you an idiot, or what's wrong with you?" Raphael Cruz snapped, his voice slicing through the quiet in lobby. Noah flinched. "Sorry, sir. It was just an accident." Marisol Vega, standing nearby with weary eyes, raised her hand gently. "Excuse me, miss," Raphael said, turning to her, "but he ruined the papers." Marisol sighed. "They're only papers. I'll bring something to clean it up." Noah hurried off to get a cloth. Raphael shook his head. "Marisol, we absolutely need to fire him." "We are not going to fire him simply for spilling a little water," she replied firmly. "There are far more important things than this." Marisol sank into a leather chair behind her desk, rubbing her temples as Raphael closed the door. "Do you have any solution to avoid selling the inn?" he asked softly. "I've gone over all the accounts. We're unable to cover the payments to the bank." She looked at him with desperate eyes. "Maybe next month the reservations will increase." Raphael's lips tightened. "Even with the reservations, it's not enough. They're promises of payment that never come through. If we don't sell now, the inn will go bankrupt." Marisol's voice cracked. "I can't sell my family's inheritance." "I understand your pain," Raphael said, "but my duty is to tell you the truth." "Sorry," Noah said from the doorway, clutching the cloth. "But it's not true that the reservations aren't being fulfilled." Raphael glared. "You have no reason to give your opinion." Marisol raised her hand. "Let him speak. He works here. He must know something." Noah stepped in cautiously. "The reservations are being fulfilled. Customers are coming back. I personally delivered last month's receipts, and the income was quite good." Raphael scoffed. "That doesn't mean anything. With respect, you know about cleaning, not numbers." Noah straightened. "With the utmost respect, sir, I'm in my final month of accounting studies." Raphael let out a sharp laugh. "Accounting studies? Excuse me, are we going to keep wasting time listening to a waiter?" Marisol's gaze sharpened. "Thank you for your input, Noah. You may leave." Noah nodded and left, though his fists were tight. When the door shut, Raphael leaned forward. "We have to sell the inn now, before the crisis becomes obvious." Marisol whispered, "No. It's either that or the bank will take my father's inheritance." Raphael's tone softened. "I'd rather it end up in the hands of an entrepreneur than a bank. I have a potential buyer. Let me arrange a meeting." Marisol stared at the old family portrait on the wall. "It's a difficult decision," she murmured, "but a necessary one." Outside the office, Noah pressed his back to the wall, heart hammering. "I need proof," he whispered. "She won't believe me without proof." Clara Mendez appeared at the reception counter. "Young man, is something wrong?" "No, miss," he lied. "Okay," she said. "Miss?" Noah called as she turned. "Yes. I think there's something wrong with the inn's accounts. The numbers don't add up. The report doesn't match the cash flow from the last 3 months." Clara blinked. "How do you know that?" "Because I checked them," Noah replied. "I may be a waiter, but I'm not corrupt." Clara hesitated, then nodded slowly. "Be careful." Just then Raphael strode past, phone in hand. "Mr. Salazar will be coming tomorrow for the meeting," he announced. "That was fast," Marisol said. "If only it had been that fast to prevent the inn's crisis." Raphael gave her a thin smile. "The faster you sell, the less you lose." Marisol stood. "I need all the cash flow reports from the last 3 months," she said. "Give them to Noah." Raphael froze. "Why?" "Because I need a second opinion," Marisol replied. "Miss, he is simply a waiter. You can't give him sensitive information." "I can," she said sharply. "I'm the owner." Raphael's jaw tightened. "What did you tell her?" "Lying little waiter," he hissed as Noah entered. "Nothing," Noah said evenly. Raphael forced a smile. "I'll give you the reports tomorrow." "First thing in the morning," Noah said. "I'll come at 9. He walked out, knowing Raphael's glare burned into his back like a brand. The next morning, Noah stepped behind the reception counter. "Good afternoon. Greetings from Moikin. What do you need?" A voice on the phone said, "Can you help me with a reservation for September 2nd? Noah checked the system. "I'm sorry, but we're fully booked for September 2nd. Marisol, passing by, stopped. "Noah, why did you say that? There are reservations for September 2nd. "Sorry, miss." Maybe I mixed up the days. Her eyes narrowed. We're in crisis. It's irresponsible to say there are no reservations. From now on, I'll handle reservations. You'll wait tables. Clara stiffened. I've been in charge of reception for 5 years. You were in charge, Marisol said firmly. Serve the tables now. Clara's cheeks flushed. Yes, miss. Noah whispered as he passed her. Thank you. She muttered, don't thank me. As he carried trays into the dining room, Marisol stood by the windows, staring out at the mountains. You won't lose your inn, Noah said gently behind her. Trust me. She sighed. I wish I had your faith. Let me review the documents, Noah said, and I promise I'll bring good news. Marisol turned, eyes shining faintly. Why would you do that? Because true courage is fighting when victory seems impossible, Noah said. Be like the Quixote. Who is Quixote? She asked softly. Someone who never let himself be defeated, Noah replied. Don't let them take what's yours. I'll help you. She whispered, why? Because you're a brave woman, he said quietly, and my heart tells me to. Marisol swallowed hard. Thank you, Noah. She straightened. Go get the papers. And don't let Raphael know you have them. I won't, he promised, and hurried away. Noah marched toward Raphael's office, determination stiffening his spine. Raphael was standing at the filing cabinet, sliding folders into a locked drawer. Excuse me, Noah said, his voice steady. I'm here for the papers. Raphael didn't turn. I don't know how you convinced Marisol of this madness, but it won't last. You two are up to something, and I'll find out what it is. Just give me the papers, Noah said. Raphael spun around, eyes cold. Do you really want them? Don't you dare order me. He shoved a stack toward the edge of the desk and let them fall. Papers fluttered everywhere like broken birds. Oops, Raphael said lightly. I don't think I can make copies again. You're a cheater, Noah hissed, dropping to his knees to gather the scattered sheets. Raphael crouched slightly, voice low and venomous. Tell Marisol it was an accident. Who do you think she'll believe? Her manager or a lowly waiter? Noah stared at him, lips pressed thin. Raphael straightened his tie. What are you doing wasting time? The boss told you to set tables, didn't she? Clara appeared from the hall. Why are you picking up papers? Because Raphael's trying to bury the truth, Noah whispered. She realized I was lying about the reservations, Clara muttered. Now she suspects. Then we have to move fast, Noah said. Inside the dining hall, Raphael was already planning. We must close the sale today, he told Clara in a low voice, or the whole plan will fall apart. Clara bit her lip. And the waiter? I've taken care of him, Raphael said. Don't tell me you know. But he'll be busy picking up papers for a while, Clara hesitated. What if he finds something? He won't, Raphael said coldly. Get ready for the meeting. Change your clothes. But Marisol doesn't want to see me, Clara whispered. I'll tell her it's essential you're there, Raphael replied. Just change. That afternoon, sunlight slanted through the wide windows as Marisol stood alone in her office, hands clasped tightly. The smell of polished wood and old books filled the air. A knock came at the door. Come in, she said. Raphael stepped inside, smile thin as a blade. Mr. Salazar will arrive in a few minutes. I wanted to go over the sales proposal. Marisol's voice was sharp. I wish you had been this quick to prevent the inn's crisis. Excuse me? Raphael frowned. I'm surprised anyone wants to buy this place in such bad shape, she added coolly. You're not implying that Raphael began. I'm not saying anything bad, Marisol cut in. What did Noah tell you? He demanded. It's not good to trust people you don't know. Marisol's eyes blazed. I trust people I know. And I knew my father. This was his dream. Raphael's voice softened, calculated. All I want is to help you. Because of my friendship with your father. She stared at him, expression unreadable. What are you doing here? Clara's voice cut through the tension as she entered. I asked her to come, Raphael said. She should be part of this. She's a waitress now, Marisol said sharply. Clara flinched. With respect, miss, Raphael countered. She has experience in negotiations. Marisol gave Clara a hard look. Fine. Stay there. Let's see if you're as good at negotiating as you were at lying at the front desk. Clara swallowed, nodding. Raphael's phone buzzed. The buyer has arrived, he said. May I present the offer? It will be above market price. Marisol stood straight. Go ahead. Raphael smiled. Excellent. Miss, you have the wrong idea about me. Why? Are you hiding something? Marisol asked. No, Raphael said smoothly. I only want to help. The heavy wooden door opened. Good afternoon, said a deep voice. Victor Salazar strode in, tall, in a crisp charcoal suit and a measured smile. Raphael hurried to shake his hand. Mr. Salazar, welcome. Is everything ready? Victor asked. Yes, sir. She'll accept your offer. Marisol extended her hand politely. Marisol Vega. Victor Salazar, he said. Your property is in a prime location. I'd like to add it to my chain of boutique inns. What exactly are you proposing? Marisol asked. An immediate purchase, Victor replied smoothly. A substantial sum, well above current market value. You wouldn't have to worry about debts or banks, Victor continued. You'd gain peace of mind and financial stability. I would handle modernizing this place. Marisol's eyes narrowed. And how do you know so much about my records? Because I prepared thoroughly, Raphael cut in. I protect you, Marisol. This is a golden opportunity. Opportunities don't wait. If you sign today, everything will be done in hours. Marisol folded her arms. And if I don't sign? Victor's tone grew firmer. Not signing is risky. The bank is circling. This is your best option. Don't sign. A voice rang from the doorway. Everyone turned. Noah stood there, breathless, clutching a folder to his chest. Raphael's face drained of color. Get out, he barked. No one gave you permission. Let him speak, Marisol said quietly. Paul. Raphael began, then stopped. Noah stepped forward. Raphael reported $12,500 last quarter. But the actual reserve is over $30,000. In December, 86 rooms were occupied, not 40 as stated. The money is here. Someone is hiding it. Victor's eyes narrowed. What is this nonsense? Raphael spat. You'd risk a deal over a waiter's ravings? They're not ravings, Noah said fiercely. They're numbers. And mathematics doesn't lie. The room was silent except for the ticking of the old clock on the wall. Marisol's voice was steady. You decide, gentlemen. Will I trust my manager and a businessman who want to sell my father's dream? Or this young man who has nothing to gain but the truth? Victor lifted an eyebrow. Miss Vega, he's a waiter. No met her eyes. Don't see me as just a waiter. See me as someone defending what your father built with his life. Marisol's gaze flicked between them. Victor's polished calm, Raphael's stiff mask, Noah's trembling defiance. If you sell now, Noah said softly, you'd be giving away a dream that took many years to build. Marisol's voice was like steel. Tell me, Noah, is everything you're saying true? He nodded firmly. Absolutely. She turned her sharp stare to Raphael. Don't lie to me, because you can go to jail. Raphael's lips quivered. I only followed instructions. Shut up, Clara blurted, then froze as everyone turned to her. She bit her lip, realizing too late what she had just revealed. Instructions? Marisol asked quietly. Clara's hands shook. Miss, please. Raphael snapped. You're not going to trust results pulled together in minutes by a waiter. Then let someone verify them, Noah said. Raphael scoffed. This has become a circus. No, Noah said firmly. This is the truth. Marisol's eyes narrowed. Clara, who gave you those instructions? Clara's voice cracked. Raphael. Liar, Raphael hissed. Miss Vega, you know me. I know my father trusted you, Marisol interrupted. And now I don't know if I can. Victor raised his hands. Perhaps this isn't the right moment. You're staying, Marisol cut in. Miss Vega, Raphael said quickly. You're not going to destroy a multi-million-dollar deal because of a waiter's accusations. They're not accusations, Noah said sharply. They're proof. Marisol looked at him. Do you have evidence? Noah opened the folder and laid out the cash flow statements, the receipts, the booking logs. Numbers and dates spilled across the desk like a map of betrayal. Marisol scanned them quickly, her brow furrowing. These don't match what Raphael submitted to me. Noah nodded. Because he hid half the income. to make it look like the inn was collapsing. "This is outrageous," Raphael barked. "Miss, this boy doesn't even understand what he's reading." Noah's voice rose. "I understand perfectly. 86 occupied rooms, not 40. $30,000 income, not $12,500. That's not confusion, it's theft." Victor studied the papers silently, his calm mask cracking. "If these numbers are accurate," he said slowly, "this inn is not failing." "Exactly," Noah said. "It's recovering. And if Marisol keeps it, it can thrive again." Marisol looked up, eyes blazing. "Raphael, you try to sell my father's inn for scraps. I try to save it," Raphael shouted. "By destroying it," she snapped. "Miss Vega," Victor said carefully, "I don't get involved in internal matters. But if these figures are correct, my offer will change." "There will be no offer," Marisol said coldly. "There will be an investigation." Clara whispered. "Miss," Marisol turned to her. "You lied to me." Clara's eyes filled with tears. "He threatened me. He said if I didn't fake the calls and reservations, he'd ruin my career." Marisol's voice softened just slightly. "You should have told me." Clara's shoulders slumped. "I was afraid." "Fear," Marisol said, "is how men like him win." Raphael slammed his palm on the table. "This is madness. He's turning you against me with fake papers." Noah held his gaze, then called the bank. "Ask for the official ledger. Ask for the receipts from December." Raphael faltered, eyes darting. "We don't need a yes." "We do," Marisol said firmly. She picked up the phone. Raphael lunged forward, but Noah stepped between them. "Don't," Noah warned. Raphael froze. Marisol dialed slowly, her voice calm but deadly. "Hello, this is Marisol Vega from Moikin. I need the bank to send over the last 3 months' account statements." The room was silent while she waited on the line. Raphael's forehead gleamed with sweat. Clara stared at the floor. Victor adjusted his cufflinks, studying Noah with quiet curiosity. "Yes," Marisol said finally. "Please email them immediately." She hung up and looked at Raphael. "They'll arrive in 15 minutes. Raphael forced a smile. "This is unnecessary." "No," she said, "this is justice." Noah's heart pounded in his chest. Victor spoke softly. "You risk a lot by defying your own staff, Miss Vega." She met his eyes. "I risk everything to protect what my father built." 15 minutes later, an email notification chimed on Marisol's computer. She opened it silently and printed the statements. Papers slid from the printer like verdicts. She spread them across the desk beside Raphael's reports. The differences screamed off the page. Huge deposits hidden, reservations concealed. Marisol's voice was cold. "It's all here." Raphael's face went ashen. "Marisol, listen, enough," she said. "You stole from me, from my father's legacy." Clara whispered, "I'm sorry." "You'll tell the truth," Marisol said. "All of it." Raphael's voice broke. I just wanted out before it all collapsed." "It wasn't collapsing," Noah said quietly. "You were suffocating it." Raphael's eyes flicked to the door like a cornered animal. "Where are you going?" Marisol said sharply as he edged back. "You're not leaving this room." "You can't keep me here," Raphael muttered. "No," she said, "but the police can." His face went pale. "You wouldn't." "Try me," Marisol said. She picked up her phone again. Raphael lunged for the door, but Clara stepped in front of him. "Don't," she whispered. Her voice trembled, but her eyes were firm. Raphael stopped, breathing hard. Victor exhaled slowly. "I came here to buy an inn," he said. "Instead, I've walked into a crime scene." Marisol looked at him calmly. "There will be no sale. Not today. Not ever." He gave a small nod. "Then I'll go." Raphael sank into a chair, defeated. Clara collapsed onto the sofa, face in her hands. Marisol turned to Noah, her eyes softening for the first time all day. "You saved my father's dream," she whispered. Noah smiled faintly. "I just showed you the truth." Marisol straightened her shoulders. "This isn't over, but it's our fight now." The air in the office hung heavy with silence after Victor left. Marisol stood rigid, staring at the papers as if they were venomous. Raphael muttered, "You think this ends with you calling the police? You'll destroy the inn's reputation." Who will stay here after hearing about fraud? Marisol's eyes lifted slowly, fire simmering. Better to burn the lies than let them rot the foundation. Raphael sneered. Idealism won't pay the bills. Noah stepped forward. Neither will theft. Raphael laughed bitterly. You think you're a hero, boy? Heroes get crushed in real life. We'll see, Noah said evenly. Marisol's voice cut through the tension. Clara, get the police on the line. Clara hesitated. Miss, are you sure? Yes. Her tone brooked no argument. Raphael rose from his chair. You'll regret this, he warned. Not as much as I'd regret doing nothing, she shot back. Clara picked up the phone with trembling hands. Raphael's voice grew desperate. Marisol, I built this place with you. I kept it alive when you were grieving your father. You strangled it to sell it cheap, she replied coldly. Raphael's shoulders slumped. I had no choice. You had loyalty, she said, and you threw it away. The phone clicked as Clara spoke softly to the dispatcher. Raphael stared at the floor, his bravado crumbling. They're on their way, Clara said. Marisol nodded. Thank you. Noah stood silently, watching Raphael's mask collapse. You don't understand, Raphael whispered. The debts were too high. The bank was circling. I panicked. Marisol's voice softened just a fraction. Then you should have come to me, not stolen from me. He looked up, eyes glistening. Would you have listened? Yes, she said firmly, because this isn't just bricks and rooms. It's my father's soul. A siren wailed faintly in the distance. Raphael's hands trembled. Please, don't let them arrest me, he begged. Marisol's jaw clenched. You didn't think about mercy when you betrayed us. Noah spoke quietly. Confess now. It'll go easier. Clara wiped her eyes. He threatened me, she said suddenly. Told me to lie about reservations, fake cancellations, misplaced calls. Raphael covered his face. I'm sorry. Say it to her, Noah said sharply. Raphael looked at Marisol. I'm sorry. I lost my way. Marisol's voice was like ice. You lost your honor. The door opened with a sharp knock. 2 uniformed officers stepped in, their boots echoing on the polished floor. Miss Vega, one asked. Yes, Marisol said steadily. This is a man who falsified the inn's accounts. Raphael flinched. Please, he whispered. Stand, the officer ordered. Raphael rose shakily. Clara sobbed quietly as they handcuffed him. You don't have to do this, Raphael said, his voice breaking. Yes, I do, Marisol replied. Because my father deserved better. As they led him away, Raphael looked back once, but Marisol had already turned her back on him. When the door shut behind the officers, silence rushed in like a tide. Clara sat clutching a cushion, shaking. I didn't want to help him, she said through tears. I was afraid. Marisol knelt in front of her, eyes gentle now. Fear makes people do desperate things. What matters is you told the truth. Clara blinked at her. You're not firing me? No, Marisol said. But from now on, you'll rebuild the trust you broke. Clara nodded rapidly. I will. I swear it. Marisol stood and faced Noah. And you saved us. I just told the truth, Noah said quietly. Marisol's lips curved faintly. You did more than that. You reminded me what courage looks like. Clara sniffled. He's more than a waiter, isn't he? Marisol smiled softly. Yes, he is. Noah flushed, unsure how to respond. There's still a long road ahead, Marisol said. The inn's name is tarnished. Reservations are slipping. But I won't let my father's dream die. Noah straightened. Then I'll help you rebuild it. Marisol tilted her head. Why? Because it deserves someone who believes in it, he said simply. That night, after the guests had gone to bed, the 3 of them sat around the crackling fireplace in the empty lounge. Then smelled of old wood and faint lavender polish. Clara sipped tea silently, eyes red from crying. Marisol stared into the flames. I thought I was going to lose everything, she murmured. Instead, I found out who was truly loyal. Noah looked at her. You still can save this place. The numbers are strong. The reputation can be rebuilt. Marisol nodded slowly. Then we'll do it. Together. Morning sunlight poured through the tall windows, painting golden patterns across the lobby floor. Marisol stood behind the reception desk, shoulders squared, hair pulled neatly back. "Clara," she said, "call our regular guests. Offer them a loyalty discount. And reinstate our online listing." Clara smiled faintly. "Yes, miss." Marisol turned to Noah. "You'll review our finances weekly. Report directly to me." He blinked. "Are you promoting me?" "Consider it an internship," she said with a small smile. "Prove yourself, and it becomes permanent." Noah grinned. "You won't regret it." The phone rang. Clara answered, her voice warm again. "Good morning, Moikin. Yes, we have availability." Marisol exhaled deeply, as if letting go of a weight she'd carried for years. She glanced at her father's old portrait on the wall. "I won't let them take this from me," she whispered. Noah overheard and smiled. "They won't," he said softly. "Not while you have us." Marisol looked at them both, the reformed receptionist and the waiter-turned-accountant, and felt something she hadn't in months. Hope. "Then let's bring this back to life," she said firmly. Within days, word of Raphael's arrest swept quietly through the small town. Some whispered in the bakery queue, others in hushed tones at the post office. Guess who had stayed at the incensed, concerned emails? Marisol stood in her office reading them, her fingers trembling slightly. Clara entered with a tray of coffee. "They're talking about it," she said softly. "Let them," Marisol replied. "We'll show them who we really are." Clara hesitated. "People might not trust us anymore." Marisol looked up. "Then we'll earn it back, one guest at a time." Noah spent long hours in the dusty storeroom, sorting old receipts and logging them into spreadsheets. When Marisol found him, he was hunched over a calculator. "You should rest," she said. "Can't," he murmured. "We need clean books. If we want a bank loan for renovations, they must see perfect records." Marisol watched him quietly. "You're doing more than anyone ever has," she said softly. Noah shrugged. "Your father built something beautiful. I just don't want it to die because of lies." Marisol's throat tightened. "It won't. Not while you're here." Clara worked tirelessly at reception, her voice warm and professional again. She called former guests, offering apologies and special discounts. Some hung up. Others promised to return. One afternoon, she set down the phone and looked at Marisol. "They remember the old and fondly. They just want to know they can trust us again." Marisol nodded. "Then we'll make them proud." Clara hesitated. "I'm sorry I didn't stand up to him." Marisol smiled faintly. "Standing up is hard. What matters is you did it now." Clara's eyes glistened. "Thank you for not giving up on me." Weeks passed. Slowly, then began to breathe again. Fresh flowers adorned the lobby. The smell of polish and baking bread replaced the stale tension that once lingered. Marisol supervised the renovations personally. New curtains, repainted walls, polished banisters. Noah handled the budgeting with meticulous care, tracking every nail and brushstroke. Clara organized a social media campaign showing the new Moikin. Guests began trickling back, curious and cautious. Marisol greeted them all personally, her smile calm but fierce, like someone guarding a fortress made of memories and hope. One afternoon, as the golden light filtered through the glass doors, an elderly couple walked in. "We used to stay here every summer," the woman said. "We heard troubling things." Marisol smiled gently. "You heard the truth, but truth can heal." She showed them the newly renovated suites, the upgraded dining area, the fresh gardens. By the end of the tour, the woman clasped her hand. "Your father would be proud," she whispered. When they left, booking a full week's stay, Marisol stood in the lobby and exhaled a trembling breath. That night, the inn hummed with quiet life again. Clinking cutlery from the dining room, soft music in the lounge. Noah approached Marisol at the reception desk, holding a folder. "We broke even this week," he said with a grin. Marisol blinked. "Already?" "Yes. And if reservations keep climbing, we'll be profitable next month." Marisol's chest ached with relief. "You did this." "We did," Noah corrected gently. "All of us." Clara passed by carrying menus, smiling shyly. Marisol watched her and murmured, "Maybe trust could be rebuilt after all." The next morning, sunlight spilled over the mountains as Marisol stood on the balcony overlooking the courtyard. Below, Clara arranged tables with crisp white cloths, while Noah directed workers repainting the shutters. "Miss Vega," Noah called up. "The contractor wants to know about the roof tiles." "Fix them," she replied. "Do it right, not cheap." He saluted playfully. She laughed despite herself, a rare sound lately. For the first time in months, the inn looked like a place of beginnings, not endings. Marisol whispered to the wind, "We're coming back, Papa." Later that afternoon, Clara hurried in with her phone. "Miss, you need to see this." She showed Marisol a travel blog post titled Moik in Rises from the Ashes. Photos of the bright new rooms and smiling staff filled the screen. "They're calling it a miracle turnaround," Clara said breathlessly. Marisol's eyes misted. "It's not a miracle," she said softly. "It's work, honest work." Clara grinned. "And faith." "Yes," Marisol admitted. "Faith." Noah appeared, holding a printed ledger. "Our bookings for next month are nearly full," he said. Marisol stared. Already, he confirmed. That evening, the inn held a small celebration dinner in the courtyard under fairy lights. Staff, a few loyal guests, and even the bakery owner from town attended. Laughter rippled through the warm night air. Clara clinked her glass. To Marisol, for fighting when victory seemed impossible. Everyone cheered. Marisol rose, heart-pounding. "This was my father's dream. I almost lost it. But tonight proves something: dreams don't die when people protect them." Her voice cracked slightly. "Thank you, all of you, for protecting this one." The courtyard erupted in applause. After the guests drifted away, Marisol lingered in the courtyard alone, watching the fairy lights sway in the breeze. Noah approached quietly. "You brought it back," he said. "No," she whispered, looking at the glowing windows. "We brought it back." They stood in silence, the night humming softly around them. Then Marisol turned, eyes shining. "Noah, you saved me as much as the inn." He flushed. "I just couldn't stand by." Marisol smiled gently. "Then don't ever stand by again. Stand with me." Noah nodded, a quiet promise in his eyes. Morning mist curled through the courtyard as Marisol stood by the old stone fountain, listening to the soft burble of water. Clara joined her with a warm smile. "The phone hasn't stopped ringing," she said. "We're almost fully booked for the next 3 months." Marisol's eyes widened. 3 months? Clara nodded eagerly. "Yes. People are saying they want to be part of the inn's comeback story." Marisol laughed softly, the sound like sunlight breaking through clouds. "Then let's make sure they see something worth believing in the office." Noah clicked through spreadsheets on the computer while Marisol watched over his shoulder. "Our revenue is up 35% since last month," he said, grinning. "We can finally pay off the remaining bank loan early." Marisol's breath caught. "I thought it would take years." "Hard work pays fast when it's honest," Noah replied. She placed a hand on his shoulder. "You've done more for this place than anyone." He glanced at her shyly. "I just didn't want to see your father's dream die." Marisol smiled. "Neither did I." Later that day, Clara received an unexpected call and handed the phone to Marisol. "It's the Regional Tourism Board," she whispered. Marisol answered carefully. "This is Marisol Vega," a bright voice replied. "We're nominating Moikin for our annual Heritage Hospitality Award. Your recovery has inspired the entire region." Marisol nearly dropped the phone. "Are you serious?" "Completely," the voice said. When she hung up, Clara squealed. "An award." Noah hooped. Marisol leaned against the desk, laughing through tears. "Papa, we're making you proud," she whispered. As the award announcement spread, journalists began arriving. Cameras flashed in the once quiet lobby. Clara managed interviews gracefully, speaking of teamwork and resilience. Noah walked reporters through the newly restored rooms, explaining the financial turnaround with quiet pride. Marisol stood before the fireplace where her father's portrait hung, giving her first on-camera interview. "This place almost died," she said softly. "But so did I. We came back together." When the cameras clicked off, the reporters applauded. For the first time, Marisol believed every word she had said. One afternoon, a familiar figure walked hesitantly through the door. Raphael, thinner now, in a faded jacket. Clara froze. Noah stiffened. Marisol faced him calmly. "Why are you here?" she asked. He held out an envelope. "The court ordered restitution. It's everything I took." Marisol didn't move. "You betrayed us." "I know," Raphael said quietly. "And I live with it every day." He placed the envelope on the counter. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry." Marisol studied him for a long moment, then nodded once. "Go." He left without looking back. When the door shut behind him, Clara exhaled shakily. "Did you mean to forgive him?" she asked. Marisol shook her head. "No, but I won't let anger live here anymore." Noah nodded slowly. He took enough from this place. "Don't let him take your peace too." Marisol smiled faintly. "Exactly." She turned to the open window, where sunlight streamed across the polished floors. "This and deserves light again," Clara whispered. "And it has it now, because of you." Marisol's throat tightened. "Because of all of us," she corrected softly. The award ceremony came on a warm spring evening. The grand town hall glittered with lights as Marisol, Noah, and Clara stepped onto the stage together. Applause thundered through the room. The host held up the golden plaque. "For extraordinary resilience and excellence in hospitality." Moikin. Marisol accepted it, her hands trembling. She glanced at the cheering crowd, then at her father's photograph tucked secretly into her clutch. "We did it, Papa," she whispered. Tears blurred her eyes as Noah and Clara embraced her under the bright lights. When they returned to the inn that night, they placed the award on the mantel under her father's portrait. Guests clapped and cheered. Some even cried. Marisol raised her glass. "This belongs to all of you, for believing when everything seemed lost." Clara beamed, her eyes shining. Noah grinned like a proud younger brother. The lobby rang with laughter and music late into the night. For the first time, Marisol felt the inn breathe with joy again, not fear. It was alive, and so was she. Weeks later, as dawn painted the mountains gold, Marisol stood alone on the balcony. Below, the courtyard bustled with happy guests sipping coffee, workers trimming roses, Clara chatting brightly at reception. Noah emerged from the office with a stack of fresh reports. He saw her on the balcony and waved. She waved back, her heart full. "We made it," she whispered. The wind carried the words across the courtyard like a secret blessing. For the first time since her father's death, Marisol felt free. That evening, Marisol walked through the quiet halls, touching the smooth banisters her father once polished himself. She paused in front of his portrait and smiled. "We almost lost it all," she whispered. "But we fought back, and we won." Noah appeared at her side. "The guests are asking for you," he said gently. Marisol turned from the portrait, her eyes bright. "Then let's go welcome them." Together, they walked down the stairs into the warm glow of the lobby, where hope, laughter, and life had returned to stay.